What is anarchy? Let's talk about it. Anarchy is a belief system that rejects governmental authority in favor of a self-governing or community consensus. It has become a synonym for chaos and the breakdown of civil order. Anarchism is a political philosophy in opposition to the rule of government and the establishment of hierarchies. It developed fully in the 20th century, but its roots as an epithet for extremism go back further, at least to the French Revolution. The word derives from a Greek word meaning having no ruler. So then let's understand anarchy a little more. As a political belief system, anarchy breaks roughly into two separate schools of thought. One rejects all government authority in favor of a belief in the individual's liberty and the right to self-govern. The other rejects government authority in favor of a belief in collectivism, or the primacy of the group over the individual. Self-described anarchists have formed fringe groups in tumultuous political times, such as the Russian Revolution, the Spanish Civil War, and you could say today. They usually occupy a place to the extreme left or the extreme right of the political spectrum. Anarchy is also a term used denoting societal breakdown and collapse. While the common critique of anarchy is that it results in lawlessness and chaos, anarchist philosophy's adherents suggest that societies can remain intact and even thrive under alternatives to traditional hierarchies. As noted, there are two major schools of thought in anarchism: the individualist anarchist and the social anarchist. So first, let's talk about individualist anarchists. Among the individualists was Isaac Berlin, a 20th century British political philosopher who described the concept of negative liberty, which focuses on the right of the individual to be free from constraints, in this case by the state or larger society. Individual anarchism has influenced many bohemian movements, including the yippies of the 1960s and the punk rockers of the 1980s. So then the social anarchists. They, by contrast, focus on the concept of positive liberty, which identifies freedom as not merely liberty from outside interference, but the fulfillment of the individual's full potential when power and resources are shared equally among all members of a community. They favor direct democracy along with the common ownership of the means of production. This school of thought has a number of branches, including collectivism anarchism, also referred to as a revolutionary socialism, anarcho-communism, also known as libertarian communism, and anarcho-syndicalism, which promotes collectivist labor unions with no union bosses to speak of. And then there's anarcho-capitalists. Most anarchists fall on the far left end of the political spectrum, but there are surprising variants. Anarcho-capitalists or laissez-faire capitalists see free market capitalism as the basis for a free society, and unlike many anarchists, believe in some version of private property. They maintain that private enterprise, if unhampered by government, would provide all of the services that people need, up to and including road construction and police protection. In this case, the group is similar in ideology to libertarians, although at the extreme edge, as they reject all state involvement in economic and personal matters. So how do anarchists influence present-day economics? Anarchist philosophy was embraced by some of those who joined anti-war, anti-capitalist, and anti-globalization movements in the late 20th and early 21st century. Anarchists were involved in the protests against the meeting of the World Trade Organization, Group of Eight, and the World Economic Forum, which led to the confrontation at the WTO conference in Seattle in 1999. Crypto-anarchists support decentralized currencies such as Bitcoin. Some advocates of Bitcoin claim that cryptocurrency was created as a reaction against corrupt governments and financial institutions, and to undermine the authority of both. So what are your thoughts? Do you consider yourself an anarchist? If you like this video, hit that like button and consider subscribing. I talk about money and everything related to it, so don't miss out. And as always, take care of your money.